Welcome to another installment of Pivots in the Pandemic, where we highlight businesses making promising pivots in the midst of the pandemic we're all going through today, and also trying to learn something along the way. I'm Ryan Fire, and I'm joined as always by Johnny McKenna. Hey, Johnny.
Hey.
So this is our 9th week hosting this live stream on Facebook. 10 if you include the webinar we did the week before this when this pandemic started hitting us all. And we've covered many great businesses and many great topics, so be sure to check out some of the previous installments on our Facebook page in the Pivots section. And now, with it being our 9th week, we have a new topic, something we want to feature. Johnny, what are we going to talk about today?
We're going to talk about community and collaboration and supporting each other during this time.
Community, collaboration, and supporting each other. The 3 C's of marketing.
The 3 C's of marketing.
So we got some good stuff to share with you today. And Johnny, you're going to share our first pivot. What do you have?
Yeah, so, everything that's going on right now, you have no idea of knowing, like, how are you able to support all of your favorite local businesses, right? There's so many that, you've come to know and love, whether it be a downtown area near you or a restaurant, a coffee shop, a bakery, something like that, where you can't imagine your life without that business. And, during this time, they're definitely some of the people that are suffering the most, small local businesses. And, what can you do to help them stay afloat? None of us want to see those businesses shut down because of all this. I mean, just imagine getting back on the street after everything and seeing, your favorite area of town completely shifted to maybe like big box stores because just those mom and pops are gone. They couldn't make it. But obviously that's overwhelming to think about how you can support all of your favorite places and be, okay financially yourself, be safe, all the things that you are still on your mind and your concerns, while also wanting to see great places stick around during all of this. One company called Ambrose, they are a youth empowering screen printing venture by the West Michigan Center for Arts and Technology. So they're a screen printing business that helps, that employs high school age students and teaches them the art of screen printing, like whether it be t-shirts or posters or whatever they can do, where you can pull ink over a screen onto a, whatever it is, a t-shirt or a paper or whatever you have underneath there. They help support them, teach them that craft and skill, and give them, jobs and things like that for their community. But they've moved to creating t-shirts that will help local businesses. In fact, 8 local businesses. I want to share with you guys kind of what they're doing here really quick. Let me pull them up on my screen. They started this campaign, there we go, I think you can see that, called Bound as One. So you can go onto their site and purchase one of these, I believe 8 or 9 t-shirts and a tote bag. And each one has a business that they are supporting or wanting, to help out during this time. So if let's say you like this juice bar, if you purchase this t-shirt for $20, 50% of that, so $10 of that t-shirt purchase goes to that juice bar. They have a bunch of businesses on here. They have a martial arts place, this Daniel Gracie of Grand Rapids, Mexican restaurant, a brewing company, coffee shop, restaurant in West Michigan Center for Arts and Technology, which they help people get jobs no matter who you are or where you come from. They give you marketable skills, which are awesome. Or they even have these options. The t-shirt and the tote bag is just the logo. The Bound as One logo is the campaign they're calling it to support these local businesses. If you buy the t-shirt or the tote bag, they evenly distribute the $10 over all the companies that are represented there, which is just super cool. They have a goal of raising $1,000. So if this is something that you love GR, you love any of these places, you should check out this website, Ambrose-Print Shop. You should go to, just Google them and find them. They are just super cool, and what a great way to just support all these local businesses during this time. I don't know, I just love seeing businesses take care of each other and help each other as best they can in all of this. I'm also trying to figure out really quick how to stop screen sharing. There it is.
There's just a button that you push.
Oh, there it is. Man, we should review Zoom and how they could make their stuff easier to navigate.
They change it every week, so.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. But yeah, so what a great way to support each other, help each other during this time. I love what they're doing with selling t-shirts and trying to help each other out. Ryan, what is your favorite screen print t-shirt that you own, and how have you seen other businesses care for each other during this time?
I don't typically wear screen printed shirts just because of my free range lifestyle, but
Right.
I do have this one called "We Are Grand Ledge." It's actually very similar to what you were sharing from the Grand Ledge Chamber of Commerce, that these shirt sales support local businesses here in Grand Ledge. I just got mine in the mail today, so I'm wearing it.
Nice.
And it's an example of businesses helping each other out. They utilize a Grand Ledge business to get these printed, and cool. the proceeds from this are going to help other local businesses as well, because it's a hard time out there right now, especially for the local shops that depend on foot traffic and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's so cool. I love that they're doing that. I'm wearing one of my favorite shirts, a band I love, the Ramones.
They've got good pizza.
Yeah, you should definitely check them out, whether it be the pizza or their music. Lots of fun. But yeah, that's our first business and our first pivot, just supporting each other during this time. Ryan, what business do you have to promote?
Yeah, so I just have a really small business to cover and talk about
local.
Today. Yeah, our friend Mark, what's his last name? It's just first name basis. Zuckerberg introduced a new thing on Tuesday called Facebook Shops. So yeah, obviously it's not a small business, but Facebook launched just this past Tuesday something called Facebook Shops, and it's a native shopping experience that businesses can provide on Facebook and Instagram. And it's a pivot because we all know how just the world is becoming increasingly digital. You look at the adoption of e-commerce and online stores just in the last month or two compared to the last 10 years, and it's just been monumental push towards using digital and to selling online and e-commerce in general. So Facebook is pivoting as a way to help businesses to be able to continue to sell, to continue to reach their customers, things like that, and they're doing that by releasing Facebook Shops. So again, this is a native shopping experience on Facebook, so someone on Facebook can visit your store all through the Facebook app and look at your products. They can purchase right there through the Facebook app and go through the entire checkout process right there on Facebook without ever having to go to like another website like your Shopify or something like that. They can have the entire experience right on Facebook or on Instagram. So this is something new. They've always had like or like you could do extensions to support like a Facebook shop. They've had Instagram shopping for a little bit, but Facebook Shop being like the full shopping experience where you can, modify your colors and your fonts and stuff like that, and really creating your own shopping store on your Facebook page essentially is new, and being able to check out and do the whole experience right there on Facebook without ever leaving is new as well. They're going to be integrating with partners like Shopify and BigCommerce and WooCommerce. If you're familiar with Shopify, you know that when you create your Shopify account, you get your catalog where you add your products and your customers and all that. But then you have multiple online stores. So typically we just have like yourwebsite.com, which is an online store, but you can also add additional stores like eBay or Amazon or a Facebook store. So I'm assuming Shopify is going to add a Facebook shop, so you can take all your data that you already have, all your products in Shopify, and then serve them natively in the Facebook shop, and as well as get all your orders and payments and stuff like that integrated into one system. The cool feature that I think that is going to be nice about Facebook Shops is the live shopping features. So like as a page before you go live, like what we're doing right now on Facebook, a live stream, you can tag products from your shop, and then while you're live, those can show up to the people that are watching, and they can click on it to learn more about those products or make a purchase right there from the live stream. So that might be something that you would do if like you're doing like a promotion or just like trying to really amp up a sales season or something like that. We heard about the story of the company out of Wuhan, China, who did something similar to this, where they did a big sale with a live stream, and they just made this huge transformation as a company and like outdid all of their typical store sales in this one live stream. But now anybody can take advantage of this using Facebook Shops and the live shopping features. So that's the big news out of Facebook this week. It's a pivot for them. It's a pivot that you can make as a business. Facebook, they're rolling it out to brands right now. So you may already have this feature on your Facebook page. You just go and visit the admin section of your Facebook page and see if you have it, and you can start building that experience right now if you wanted to. So that is my pivot for the week. Now it's time for 360 website reviews, and Johnny, you're going to take our first one. You're going to try and keep under the time limit this time, and keep us on track. So what do you got?
I'll do my best. Before I start though, so this doesn't take up my time, let me remind you, the three things that we're kind of looking at here are the grunt test, which is within 5 seconds of looking at a website, someone should know, what do you do? How does it make my life better? And how can I get it? Or what do you do? What do you sell? How does it make my life better? And how can I get it? You should get an idea of that within 5 seconds of viewing a website. That means you're doing great. That's the grunt test. We're looking for things like some sort of value stack, like what sets you apart from other people that do the same thing that you do? Maybe some testimonials as a part of that, like who have you worked with that have said like these guys are incredible, you should work with them. And then lastly, something that's great to see is some sort of a lead generator, something where, let's say someone's just looking at your website and they're not ready to maybe purchase from you yet, but they want to stay connected to you. How are you getting people's emails or contact information to reach out to them later and just to nurture them into a sale in the future, to remind them of what you do and how you do it well and how they can get it. So with all those things said,
all right, time's up. Just kidding.
With all those things said, let me jump into sharing my screen again and talking about our first place. So, no, not that one. There it is. So this is a company, we're keeping it kind of in the family here of screen printing and t-shirts. This is called Red Wall Screen Printing. It's a company in Wisconsin. So when I look at their website, you can see their logo here, screen printing. When you look at their first hero image, you can see, we can handle it. So it doesn't really tell you necessarily what they do, but underneath it, no order too big or too small. We're here to make your gear look great, make a deadline. Their second image, I would say I would lead with, we print gear. Right away, you can see that, we print gear. That gives you a great idea of what they do. And then you see underneath it what we do or make an order, which is great. That's super helpful. Other than that, the call to action on their homepage, you don't really see it great up here. You can see it here. The more you scroll down, you see a get in touch. It's not necessarily an order it. There's a missing YouTube link. Printing is our passion. And then they have some testimonials down here, which is really, really great to see. What would be?
I think your screen is frozen.
No, is it really?
Yeah. Oh,
okay,
now it isn't.
Am I back?
Now you're.
Oh man.
Now you're back.
Okay, here we go. So you guys heard most of that. Is this good? Can you see me?
Yep.
You heard most of that. You probably kind of saw it. Yeah. So these are the images I was talking about. Make an order, what we do. Let me just get to what I would recommend to them. Put more call to action buttons on there of like making an order that are more just easier to see. And then the get in touch is okay, but I would make this maybe more of a lead generator, or I would make it work.
404.
Yeah. Ordering is solid because you can see, hey, has all the info you need to make an order. They have a gallery, which is great, just showing you all the work that they've done. And ordering is super solid. But yeah, so recommendations, get a lead generator on your website somewhere, like the 4 different kinds of inks and the best one for your t-shirt, something like that. Or the best of the 4 different kinds of inks we use, find the right one that works for you. Something that just makes people want to click it, they can give their email, and you can get in touch with them later. And then maybe a little bit more clarity on a call to action button on the front and throughout the site, just to help people get their orders in. I have no idea how long that was, but I hope it was close to 180 seconds.
Good. Nice. Yeah, before I get into my 3 minutes, I actually just have a brief little speech. You want to go? Let me scroll up to the top real quick. All right, you ready? This doesn't count against my time.
It should. All of this should start on your time.
All right, let me share my screen, and then I'll start the timer. We are going to stay on the theme of screen printing. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Is it scrolling right now?
Yes.
Okay. Let me start my time right now. All right, so offbeat press. Again, grunt test. What do you do? What do you offer? How does it make my life better? What do I need to do to get it? So most people, well, maybe not most people, but the human eye, when you're consuming information and design, it moves from left to right, down to the left and to the right. So that's how you consume design. You know, we are taught how to consume information like that from a very young age. Think about reading a book, left to right, down to the next line, left to right. You interpret design the same way. So when you look at this website, your eye's gonna go from the upper left, across the top to the right. Usually you're gonna hit a call to action. You're gonna go down across the center, back to the left and to the right. That's how you're gonna interpret this, or most people are gonna interpret this design. So, you know, just making that through the navigation here. What do you do? What do you offer? What do I need to do to get it? How's it gonna make my life better? What do I need to do to get it? You know, just going across the nav items, I see print services, design office, offbeat press, artwork, about us, quote. So is this a printing press company? So they're printing like catalogs and brochures and all that kind of stuff. They aren't. If you actually scroll down a little bit, you see that they're a full-scale screen printing shop, design office, quality apparel, creative design, illustration. So they do have this, but it's a little bit, you don't get it right away. And, you know, after you scroll through their site, you can tell, okay, they're doing screen printing. You can see images of shirts and stuff like that. So, you know, they missed the what do you do a little bit, I think, just because of the way that this is structured. They do have this quote, which kind of stands out. You know, the rest of the navigation is this reversed, you know, using negative space, and this isn't. Well, I guess technically it is with black and white. But, you know, it stands out. The arrow's pointing to it. That's the action. You're going to see throughout the site is build a quote, get a quote. All of that is repeated throughout the site. So that's a good thing there. You know the step that you need to take, get a quote. The other thing is, you know, what does this do to make my life better? They have a little bit of this statement down here. Experience the difference with soft, beautiful prints, comfy apparel, eco-friendly inks, specialty options, and knowledgeable staff. That's great. I think it could probably be tweaked a little bit or even massaged a little bit to be more about your typical customer's needs and what their life is going to be. I'm assuming there's a lot of B2B type stuff. So they're going to know about, am I going to make money off this? Is it going to be high quality? You know, are you going to turn around? What's the pricing like? All that kind of stuff. And so maybe you can massage that text a little bit. I got 15 seconds left. The other thing I wanted to show is, again, that this site is really designed for a mobile experience. It makes a little bit more sense looking at it here on a phone, and my timer's up and it's beeping at me. One thing I want to say is that when you go to mobile, you lose the primary call to action of getting a quote. So, you know, I know what that's like, designing websites, trying to find a spot for that when you go to mobile. But you know, sometimes I'll move the logo center and have the call to action on the left, or swap the hamburger nav on the left and put the call to action on the right. It's hard to do, but I'm out of time. I can't keep talking about it.
No.
But overall, good site. Seems like a pretty cool company. And yeah, that's my 180 seconds. All right. Well, if you want a 360 review of your website or of your competitor website, whatever it is, send us a message on Facebook, leave a comment, send us an email at info@firemarketing.com. we'd be happy to just review it, go over it on the air, and get some free advice out of that, however you want to use that. Thanks again for joining us for another installment of Pivots in the Pandemic, where we highlight promising pivots made by businesses in the midst of this crisis. I'm Ryan Fire, joined as always by Johnny McKenna, and we wish you guys the best of luck this week and have a great week.
See ya.